Hi everyone, it's Cindy and welcome back to Tuesday 10. So Tuesday 10, if you're new here, is my series. It's an open collaboration, so feel free to take part, where I take 10 things that are in my studio. I keep a big basket of random papers, book pages, magazine pages, misprinted things, digitals that I've printed and didn't use, all sorts of stuff. It's just a random mishmash, and it's in a big basket over beside my desk here. And so every week I try on Tuesday to take 10 things randomly out of that basket without too much thought, and I need to keep on making until I use it all up and I end up with pieces of finished ephemera. So today's 10. I have 2 pages from the same art book, but they're actually considerably different. The only thing that makes them the same is they're both made of mosaic. So this one has fish, and this one I think would be a nice background. Now this is one of my recently jelly plated with fabric pieces of paper. It's an old photocopy sheet that I was using these pages to just get the excess paint when I was jelly printing some fabric panels. This is a page from a Thornton Burgess book. This is a digital from one of my collections. It's just sort of a half a page with some mushrooms. This is a children's book page from a book called Wedding Birds. This is from a children's encyclopedia from like the 70s. This is a digital page from somebody, I don't know who, on Etsy. It's from a sewing ephemera, I think. This is a children's book page called Imagine a Night, and it's a really lovely book, and I'm using parts of it for the journal I'm currently making. This one I'm not using in that journal, I don't think. And it was a really interesting book where it would say things like, imagine a night where, and then it would explain some kind of magical scenario. So in this magical scenario, the snow, if you look closely, is actually a bunch of mattresses with white bedding, pillows. So I thought I would do something with that. And then I have this beautiful piece of paper. This is a digital from someone on Etsy, don't know who right now, that I printed and ended up not using. So that is what I have today. I'm also hoping to make use of some focal points, like my own paper dolls I've been working on, and yeah. All right, let's get into it. So, okay, these I think, so this would be a good background. Sort of separate a few things out here into backgrounds. And maybe focal points or their own kind of thing. Okay, so what do I want to work with first? Maybe something just simple. So this little Thornton Burgess squirrel here, I actually have a few. You know, if I grab these, see there's actually 3 of these that are hanging about. I had 2 sitting here on my desk because I recently pulled this book apart. So this is making me think about maybe making something with all 3 of them. Kind of like bonus bonus material here on Tuesday 10. Okay. So let me just, I'm going to tear this little squirrel off the top. This is the one that I intended to use for this. But now I have an idea. Do I want to use any of this paper? No. You know what I think I need to make this is, how big is a normal piece of paper? Would that work? Yes. Okay. Let's get a piece of dyed paper. One moment. There we go. Sort of simple dyed paper. And I'm going to just fold it in half. I see that the edge here on this side at least is a little tattered, so I'm going to just pull the edge off the end. Oops. We'll just trim that part with scissors. There we go. Then I need something a little sturdier to back these. Okay. Thinking maybe making like a little booklet type thing, or like a loaded pocket little folio. just because we have an image series that we can use, which is fun and not something I usually have on Tuesday 10. Will this fit on here? Yes. So yeah, it is morning, and today is, I'm filming ahead one day, just because I'm also doing Junk Journal January, and I think I probably need today to do the Tuesday 10 video, because the Tuesday 10 video tends to take a little longer than most videos, and it can also be wrought with panic, so we will be honest here. I can sometimes be like, oh, what do I do now? Okay. Yeah, the Junk Journal January, I want to say July, it doesn't seem to be too stressful. It's actually quite easy to just have one prompt. Let's trim this a little bit here. But today is my last day of not having to go to work. Bah humbug. But that's okay. I will be back at it tomorrow. Yeah, I think I can fit that on there. And I'm sort of, I don't know, thinking about my job in different ways right now. I know a lot of things were going on before the holidays at my job, and I'm thinking about what that's going to make me think and feel in the coming year and what I want to do about it. So, you know, normal life adult stuff. And then today we're going to go swimming, which will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And then tomorrow, the thrift stores reopen. Yay! So I can donate a bunch more stuff. My dining room table is so full of things. We did a toy clear out because we're simplifying the toy noise a little bit. And we're kind of looking at things like we just got some new things, so maybe it's time to say goodbye to some old things. And then my daughter's room is almost completely finished, her new revamped room. And now I'm just waiting on her mattress. It should be here by the middle of the week, I think. But she was in there last night, and she has a cozy puffy quilt on the floor, and she was playing some games and playing with her toys, and so she was happy about that. Okay. So it's all coming together, and then next I'm going to be tackling my garage, because that's the next thing that really requires some love. So much to get rid of in there. Honestly, I wish I could just like know somebody who needs everything that I have that they need, but I don't. It's too much work to try to rehome so many things. I'm even too tired of like trying to like post things on Facebook Marketplace. Oh my gosh. It's just too much work. At this point, I'm just like, let's clear it out. I hear my dog barking. He's very unhappy today because we won't let him do what he wants to do. So it's been a couple of very rainy days. So our backyard is like a bit of a mud pit right now because, of course, I have gardens and, you know, he's a beagle and he just wants to go everywhere and do everything. And so the backyard's a mud pit. We're not letting him out there. We're making him, he has to go out and just do his normal dog business on a walk a few times each day, rather than being able to go out into the backyard whenever he wants and cause big amounts of trouble. So he's not too happy about that, but he will survive. I'm going to just add this here. So this is kind of like, honestly, like a folio for a signature. Oh, this bottle. Yeah, so he's been like hanging around the door, whining at us. But I think we've also been a little guilty about just letting him make his own rules, going out whenever he wants, and that has to stop. Because if you do that, then they will want to go out all the time. And I don't want that. It's a pain in the neck. Okay, let's just trim that down a little bit. Okay, so we have now a little folio with squirrels, little pockets here, here, and here, so that'll be a ready-to-go journal page. Now, let's do the challenging ones sort of kind of first. So I think the first one is this fish mosaic. And pardon me if my nose sounds a little bit stuffy. I have morning allergies, and it's always a joy. Let me just get these 2 pages because I can't work on those all at the same time here. Feeling a little rusty. I haven't done Tuesday 10 in like, what, 2 or 3 weeks now? So this is the first one of 2023. Okay, I think I'll just maybe make a tag with this. Some of that. I need maybe a word snippet. That's a good one. The unknown, not the known, 'tis clear is always cause of the greatest fear. Okay, so let's back this with some paper. Just to give it a more solid foundation here. I'm sort of feeling like in this hurry up and panic kind of impatience waiting for my daughter's mattress. It's like the last thing I need to put her room all together. But that's what happens when you order things right before a big holiday break, because you get to wait for them. It could be worse though, right? It could be like doctor's appointment, like test results, like when doctors call you on a Friday at 4 o'clock to call them back, and you have to wait all weekend wondering what they want, and then you call and they just say, oh, can you take some vitamin B because you're low? Or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Trim that out. Then I'm going to use some book spine up here, I think. Although, I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, I think I like it better actually down a little bit with that there. That's actually nice. Okay. I'm hoping the weather starts to get a little nicer though. I'm really feeling like I need to get outside. This is always how I feel. Like after Christmas is over, I feel so done with winter, mostly with the darkness. Okay, I'm going to set that aside to be stitched on. All right, so we have these wedding birds and we have this crow here. What's this? Scarecrow back here. That's kind of fun too. But I think I like the crow best. And I will go through this for like some, maybe some word snippets. So there's something here I could use. It's a little too much like scientific info on crows. It's not like magical words. Crows are among the smartest birds in the world. That's absolutely true. I watched a really, really cool video one time. Probably it's on YouTube somewhere. Of like crows going through kind of obstacle courses that were set up for them. It was some kind of a study, like a brain study. They were like essentially looking at birds' brains. And how they work, like their cognition. It was really cool. Yeah, I do not think there's anything of use there. Okay. Let's make like a bit of a fun, kind of freeform-ish feeling pocket maybe with some extra paper. So something a little like this. I need a button, I think. I want to put a button on here maybe. We'll see. Okay, I need a piece of paper. I'll make this interesting with stitching, I think, too. Stick this on here. And I'm just sticking this down on here so that it's all kind of going to be one piece. It makes it easier to place it down. And then I'll trim it a bit because that'll be a little wide for a pocket. Okay. Just a little bit more. Okay, then this, I need a button. Give me 1 minute. Oh, this big needle. I knew it wouldn't fit, but I was like, maybe it will. No, it won't. We must switch. I just have a little bit of crewel yarn that I was using for something I made recently. One thing I'm thinking about too, so I just did a whole ton. I think I mentioned I've been reorganizing my house like feverishly, and I just unearthed a whole box of my old project bags of work in progress knitting projects and things. Oh my goodness. I need to figure that out. Oh, this is not a sharp needle. This is a dull needle. Let me pre-poke the holes for this because someone's going to get hurt and it's going to not be you. Which is also good. Okay. Get in there. Hopefully. Those are relatively where I need them to be. Okay. Actually, I may only need to put 2 holes in this. Because I'm going to tie it. Yeah, I want to just tie this off like a fun little bit of yellow. This is a straw color, so it's a little relevant to what I was just reading about, like crows and the straw and the scarecrows. And then we will do some stitching on it as well to make it a little more fun. Just tie another knot there. Yeah, that will be a fun little pocket. Now, I think I like these birds better. I also need to look at this page. A hint is all some people need, straight to the hidden facts to lead. Maybe I will keep that. It's a nice little verse about mystery. I just like to go through these pages before I get rid of them. See if there's anything nice to keep. No. Okay, so now we have this bird page. Sorry for the little stitch there, my battery died. To change it, as often happens. And now my alarm's going off. You know, all things technology. Okay. White space off here, and then I think I will need to trim a little more. Alright, that's a little bit better shape for a journal card, I think. Okay. Going to glue this down on an old journal cover that I thrifted for the paper. I think I am going to go to my scrap bin that I have up here and look for something fun to put on here. I think I have a couple fun bits and bobs that might be nice. This little bit maybe I could stitch up here, or actually maybe this would be better. This is like a little bit of my batiqued fabric. I'll just take this little notch off here. And if we folded that, that would be very cute up here, I think. And I don't know if, would that piece also work? It's kind of similar colors, but nah, it's going to be too bulky. I think what I need to do with this maybe is, it's going to be too bulky no matter what I use it for if I keep this hem on it. Let's get rid of that chunky hem piece. And then see if it would still be too much. I like it, but I'm going to shorten it. Just want a little bit of it there, I think, so it doesn't cover the face of the other bird. Okay, yeah, that's cute. I will stitch that on when I stitch everything. Maybe I'll take a little stitch break. I'll be right back. Okay, I finished the stitching, but I'll show it to you at the very end with everything when it's all stitched. So I'm going to move on to a couple new pieces of paper here. So we'll use this and we'll use this, I think. So I'm going to just get this white edges off of here. Start with a couple of different shapes here. Oops, okay. And then put these aside, and then we will tear this one out as well. Okay, so this is where I think I want to use paper dolls and do a bit of collage and just kind of have fun with a couple of these pieces. So let me grab a few of my paper dolls first. I always also have some others from Miles Beyond the Moon that are printed. I feel like she could be cute on there, but she does really take up the entire space. Actually, maybe she's better on here. And then this, I was going to make an envelope with this, but now that I tore that other one so tiny, I really wanted to use maybe her on there. So maybe I'll do something with, what's this? This is a fairy that's been hanging around. I don't know if I want her. Hold on, let me see what I have here. Little bits and bobs. It feels too Alice in Wonderland-y. Let's see here. Could she be cute on there? Or maybe... no. Yeah, maybe let's just use that as some kind of a background with one of my paper dolls. Ooh, okay. Put all of this back. Oh, I found my... it's my fabric scissors! Yay! They were in my paper doll box. They've been lost forever, like for, I don't know, a couple of weeks now since I finished my son's quilt, and so I got these ones. These ones are really nice, though. Yeah, but they're in there. What else is in there? Is there anything else in there? No. Okay. Okay. Let's just start work here. So I don't want to make a tag with this. I want to make, let's make a flip out with this, like a tip out page. So I'll get a piece of paper here because I need to thicken this up a little bit. All of these probably, because these are just on copy paper. I was just doing some random printing. I've had these printed for ages. I thought I was going to make all these sewing journals. Like I was going to do a series, I think, of sewing journals. And then I felt like, I don't really feel like these are going to sell right now. I just don't. I have this intuition about it, and I don't want to make them if they're not going to sell. And making a series of journals is always a little bit of a risk anyways, if you're not like a massive YouTuber who has a massive following of journal buying people, because you know, you typically will sell a journal to someone who is interested in that theme. And so if you make a whole series, as I have done with a few things now, but I've been okay, like selling most of them. like you've now created like, you know, 5 or 10 or 12 of one theme. So it's like you've got to find 5 or 10 or 12 of those people to be interested in that theme if you're looking to sell those journals. So I try not to be too... I also think making a lot at once makes me feel a little bored or uninspired, and I don't want that to rub off on my journal making, so I usually have to take massively long breaks in between, and I work on like one at a time for a while, then I'll work on them in a series, and then I end up with, you know, a whole bunch of books that I do feel inspired by. But, you know, you have to be willing to understand that you probably won't sell all of them, and probably not right away either. Like my fairy journals, I still have some in my shop that are absolutely lovely, but you know, my fairy journal people have purchased the ones that the one that they wanted, so they aren't necessarily looking, and I have to attract some more new people toward the fairy journal interest. But honestly, they're okay. It's nice to have some things in my shop anyway, so when new people find me, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's a good problem to have, to never have anything in your shop, but I also do think it's nice that if someone finds you and they like your work and they're like, oh, I want to go pick up one of her books, that there's absolutely nothing, you know, and that you have to kind of be in this big fight to try to get a journal. It's nice to have a few things that are around. And the things that I do have, I think some of them are from my earlier journal making days, so the style's slightly different, but I still love them. I've actually taken a few of them for my own writing purposes in the last while, a couple of them anyways. Mainly like the travel journals, because I just feel like I can use them on when I go on little camping trips or little vacations. And I gave a couple little journals to the girls in my daughter's Sparks troop for Christmas, or for, was it Christmas? Yeah, it was Christmas, I think. No, it was Halloween, actually. Halloween. Because we made treat bags up for the kids. And I knew they would all get candy, so I thought, let's do something a little bit different if we can. Probably could have waited to ink this until I had backed it, but there we go. And I will be stitching around these, so I'm not too concerned if it's not staying super glued down around the edges. There we go. And then her. Okay, so these are the ones that are going to require a little more collage work, I think. And this, I was looking at this thinking this would be really nice on here. Oops, little pearl. Okay, so that will go in there. And I need to add some little bits to collage here. And I think I'll stitch this along the top because it's really cute. Just kind of building a little collage. This from Bits and Bobs that I have here on my desk. And then, oh yeah, these bee stamps. These are still good stamps that could be used today, but I think I want to put one on here. I'm just going to stick the corner down because I want to glue her down first. I think that one I can actually go ahead and glue down because I like how it feels finished. Pop you right under there. Yeah, but in January I'm going to get these paper dolls listed probably in my Etsy in a collection or two. I did a big collection for my Patreon, but I want to do some for Etsy as well. I'm working on some more of them, and I also have some other little ones that are leaf themed that I want to get in. I'm going to get them released too. I've got all sorts of paper dolls I'm working on. Just got some new watercolors that I'm wanting to play with those a little more, and then watercolor some more dolls. And I have about 1 million things in progress in Procreate right now that I'm just like feverishly trying to get to. Oh, it's lots of work going on here. This I think will stick. It's a stamp. I don't need to super glue it down, but I am going to ink it a little, as well as ink the edges of this page. Just kind of skittering the ink around a bit. There we go. And that will get glued down, so I don't need to worry about that back side. That's fine. Okay. Now this one, I need to, well, let's glue it down first because I forgot to back it. And I don't like working on the thin feeling surfaces when I'm collaging. I like to have a sturdier surface, but I will have to just survive here. Oh, and I have to put the lace on that other one. This here. I think I kind of want it up here, but I also don't want to block the flower on her head completely. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll stitch that on though. Though I could glue it. Yeah, I'll just get my Fabri-Tac glue over here for a moment when I finish this. And I did ink around this one. I have a few minutes to get ready for swim class or for swimming, and then I'll have to run, but I will come back and finish the rest of this video. You will not even know had I not mentioned it. I need this to move over more, I think, because I don't want to lose the grimy bits there. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then this piece. My glue bottle's like, oh, are you in a hurry? Well, let me just take another couple seconds of your precious time to get clogged up here. No. Okay, this pin is now sticking to me. There's not enough coffee in the world some days. Oh my goodness. Okay. Press, press, press. Everything press. Is this wide enough? No. This is, and actually it's black walnut dye, which is beauty. Alright, so I need to trim this out, and then I'm going to glue on both of these pieces of fabric. Although I don't think I want to glue this one. I'll just stitch that one on. There's really no reason to glue that one. This one, on the other hand, I do want to add glue to just the area around the flower because I don't want to go over the flower. And that will just keep it in place. It's also a lot easier to glue these large appliques than it is to stitch them because you've got to kind of go around the pearls and the beads and all these things. And that can be a little difficult without smucking them with your sewing machine. The pearl keeps rolling around that one that I cut off. There we go. I don't even think that needs necessarily stitching. We'll see. Okay, so I think that finishes these 3 little paper dolls. Okay, and I will get them stitched, and I will also take a little break to go and swim, and you won't even know. You'll be like, that was the fastest, most Olympic swim ever, Cindy, and you'll be right. And you won't even know the difference. Then I'll be back to finish the rest of the pieces because I think we still have like 5 pieces left. So, okay, see you in a moment. Alright, my last round of stitching is now complete, and we're going to move on to this jelly printed page. And I want to make a couple of things with it, I think, and the rest of it may go, if I have some leftovers here, just into my scrap bin, where I will use it in collage. Not much goes to waste here. Just get rid of these white edges. So swimming was really fun, considerably busier than normal because of the holidays, which impacts my people allergy a little bit, but we had fun. There were nice people. We also really love the people who work there. They're just really great, lovely people. Okay, let's make a journal card and maybe a tag. Let's see here. This can go into scraps. Whoopsies. Slip and slide here. Oh, there's my heat gun. That's what's flubbing things up. I have everything quite organized on my desk, and the moment something like extra is here, it's like, what's going on? Everything's falling apart. Okay. Just grab a piece of this paper here. I will glue these down and back them first so that I have a more solid surface to work on. So swimming was fun, and I went to pick up some organizational stuff for my daughter's room. And then I helped her build a little bit of a Lego kit. Been wanting to spend a lot of time in her new room, which is good. She's up there now. She's playing a game and watching some educational videos, which I'm totally okay with. For the last day of vacation before we jump back into homeschool stuff. Okay, that's a little thin. That's a bit better. It's actually kind of weird to have like one of my 2 children starting to become a little independent and want to do their own thing. I'm like, huh, that's going to be weird when they don't want to hang out with me every second of their life. I feel kind of like, you know, happy and sad at the same time, which I guess is probably common emotion on that one. Okay. So let's trim this one into a tag. I really like these as backgrounds. Like, you know, this was really low pressure jelly printing because I was just using this as essentially the surface to clean off my my jelly, because I was jelly printing on the fabric, and yeah, it was pretty nice how it turned out. Just going around the corners on this one. Alright, now I've got a few little things that I have set aside here to kind of get me started. I was thinking of using this chair and this girl on here and this girl on here, and then I have a couple word snippets that I want to put on these, I think. But this is way too bright for this, and so that means we need the grunge box here. And I'm going to actually just put both of these in here. And I may grunge the card a little too with some coffee. There we go. We'll just let those sit aside for a little bit, and we'll work on this one, which I think I can just go ahead and ink this one instead of adding a lot of grunginess to it. There, that's a nice calmer kind of tone. And then this one, the little saying I want to put on there is, this up on top of the mountain until we touch the sky, where trees are small and rocks are bare and clouds go drifting by. So this, I want to just, yeah, that's good. Put her here, and then we need to collage some bits and bobs. And I want to use a few of these little blue stars because I think this piece can go in the latest journal I'm working on. So I'm going to add some stars to it as well. Just going to pull some things out of my scraps. Okay, so very literally just grabbed whatever I could find there. So I'll take this off here for a moment, and what I want to do is just kind of a little bit of random collage under here. Oh, there's two pieces there. Okay. Maybe like that. And I have to get rid of these words up here because they are messing up my whole life. Okay. Yeah, because I'm adding words, so I don't want to be fighting with this. There we go. draw these words. Okay. Then our wee girl here, and I want to add a little bit of something to the area that she is stuck down on. A little fabric scrap. All right, now we can put her down. And then we'll add some of these little stars in there. We'll put one in her hand. Okay. Just ink around this a little, and I will stitch this as well because I think that will look nice. Okay. Now we have to go get the grungy one that we coffee dyed. Get out of the grunge box here, and just going to first dry it a little bit with a piece of book page. Alright, then I'll take my heat gun for a moment and just, oops. These pages need to get used. That's why we're doing this, because they're in my way. Oh goodness, yes. And if I didn't mention it, these digitals, this chair and this little fairy girl, they're from Miles Beyond the Moon on Etsy. She's one of my favorite paper doll creators. Okay. I'm gonna dry. Make sure the feet are dry. Yeah. Okay, this. Now I feel like I don't necessarily like her on this chair. I Or maybe I do when it's sort of off kilter a little bit. I don't want her to cover the rungs. Okay. So I'll just keep that in mind. We'll do a little collaging with these bits on this one too. I need to go out again later today. I think I need to go to the dollar store. I think I need a couple of little spray bottles for a project that I want to try to do here. I'm not excited to go out. I just want to stay in. It feels cold. I probably just feel that way because I went swimming this morning and I'm like, oh, I'm too cold. Winter swimming is one of those things that just kind of makes you like feel really good while you're there, but then when you have to come back outside, it's like, ooh, why did I sign up for this? I'm consistently impressed with all of the seniors that are there, though. People that are just really living good, healthy, active lives. It's like really nice to see them. And they're also just super, super nice and really lovely with my children. Just nice people. There's an aquafit instructor, and she is really nice. She makes a real point to talk to everyone. Like, I notice her just as someone who, I think she makes a lot of difference in a lot of people's lives. Like, I notice the way she talks to my daughter. She's very intentional. Like, she will come to my daughter, she will use her name, and she will, like, which is amazing because she doesn't, you know, teach my daughter at all, but she's just seen her there a lot, so she's learned her name. And, you know, she always addresses me second. She talks to my daughter first. And she does this thing, and I've seen her do it with a few parents, and it's given me a bit to think about, like, you know, about not being rushed, essentially. So sometimes, less to now, but I would say in the past, my daughter will get like a little shy and she'll take a long time to answer people when they're talking to her. Like, I think all kids do that sometimes, you know, and so every now and then she kind of does that, and I think I subconsciously will sort of answer on her behalf if I notice that she's doing that. Like, because I guess I know for myself, I feel a little uncomfortable with awkward silence, and that's a me problem, not a her problem. She's totally like, you know, just doing her thing, and she's maybe considering what she wants to say a little more than me. It's probably some kind of an anxiety type thing, who knows. I mean me, not her. And so what I've noticed, though, is that if I've done that, and I've seen her do it with other parents, she will repeat what she has said to the child again and use their name. And you know something? That is a really great way to just subconsciously teach someone something. Actually, teach two people something, both the parent and the child, that like their voice is very important, it matters, and it's the voice that was being asked for. And I love that. I feel like you know, every now and then you can kind of, I don't know, be taught something or teach someone something that you hope that they will get without being offensive, without being anything but like real. And I just really appreciate that. So yeah, I kind of look at her with new eyes, and I think she's a cool person, and I really like her a lot. And I'm going to find the right way to say this to her at some point, because I think people, like what I've noticed we go to 2 of the different community centers in my community for swimming lessons, and both of them are great. And most of them, the kids, like, swimming lessons are taught by, like, I'd say teens and people maybe early 20s, but mostly teens. I think they're kind of like high school and maybe early college type age jobs, and they are amazing with the kids. Like I just, it gives me so much hope, because I feel like young people are awesome. I mean, I always feel that way, but like I especially feel it there because it's just nice. Okay, so I have this nice wintry background scene, and I think I want to try to use some more paper dolls. Not these kids. These kids would be cold. This little girl, she's like, I'm in the snow. I don't know. Maybe I don't have exactly what I want to use. What is this guy? Oh, he's a strange one. I'll just grab a few more here. Maybe our Alice. Would she be freezing? She's not Alice, but she kind of looks like an Alice. Yeah, I like her there, actually. This, I think, is a little big for this project. I don't want to put a fairy on here. I just feel like working with paper dolls lately, so if you're wondering, like, why am I working with paper dolls all the time? I'm just in a paper doll mood. Okay, put that here. Let's work with her. And I'll just scrunch her up a little. I'm going to cover this guy because he's not really all that important to this. Yes. And we need to do something more with this, I know. It's quite plain. Definitely a bit of collage. Maybe something with that. I don't know. No, that's not the right color. What is this scruffy thing? Okay, let's let's really dig into these scraps. Okay, then I think I want to use some words. Great if I had some nice words from winter. Look in this book, the Heritage book. What you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. That's a go it. Death, God, luck, Thanksgiving, compromise is the art of cutting a cake so that everybody believes he or she got the biggest piece. That's kind of nice. I mean, it's not really relevant to this, though, but it kind of draws me back to what I just finished saying about how sometimes, you know, you can make everyone feel good without having to specifically let them know that. I don't think there's anything in here. I think we're too, yeah, I'm too far along in that. The other option is some snarky words. Oh, I like that one. Oh, hold on. We never really grow up. We only learn how to act in public. Let's just do that and do something kind of funny and cheeky. Some of these are so rude, though. Oh my gosh. I was looking at these like, oh wow. Also, I think there's a few words in there that I wouldn't use because they're a little inappropriate, but a little bit ableist maybe even. So Gotta be a little careful with that. Always remember, it doesn't matter who someone is that you know, use in your work, like even if they're a famous person in art, that they make mistakes too. So just be careful with some of the mistakes they make being washed onto you accidentally. Okay, I probably should have like not completely glued her down, but I might be able to pull her up. Let's see if I can. Just the bottom of her here. Yeah, I can. This glue stick's a little forgiving. Not a lot, but a little. I feel like this video might be hours long today. I don't know. I think I'm doing way more than I usually do. Like, collage-wise. Maybe I'm just feeling like I kind of miss working on this because I haven't done Tuesday 10 in a while. So, it happens. Although I think sometimes like longer crafting videos are nice. Maybe not always, but sometimes. I'm not really particular, to be honest. I like watch a lot of things for different reasons, like background noise while I'm working. Not noise, but like I actually watch while I'm working, because I have a little device here on the back of my desk that I watch videos in. And yeah, it does not bother me at all if they're a little bit longer. As long as, you know, there's a bit of conversation or something. Not that I claim to be amazing at that, because I don't necessarily know that I really am that good at it. I'm trying to get a little better. I sometimes worry like, all I have to talk about are my children, but you know, you have to talk about what's going on in your life, right? Like what are you going to do? What are you going to talk about? I've already talked about the latest book that I've read, and I'm about to start another book. I'm a huge fan of Miranda July. She's such a cool and interesting person, and I'm going to start her book soon, the First Bad Man, I think it's called, and that's got me excited, so I'll be starting that. I just finished the Sarah Polley Run Towards the Danger, which I absolutely loved. Like, I can't say enough good things about Sarah Polley. I think I really want to see her latest production called Women Talking. It looks really good. I haven't backed that yet. Maybe I will back it first before we put that down, because I want that to be on both sides. But yeah, it was funny because I was watching, so one person whose videos that I watch a lot at night, it's funny because I think I watch them at night to go to sleep. I enjoy her long thrift haul videos, and that is the Paper Turtle, Mary at the Paper Turtle. I love watching her like really long thrift haul videos. She just has like this practice where she thrifts sort of for maybe a couple of weeks or something, and then she shares everything after that time, and so it ends up being a long video. And then I heard last night she had said something to the effect of like, I know I need to make these videos shorter because you guys don't watch them after they're over an hour long. And I was thinking like, no, you're in my sleep ASMR. But I also get where she's coming from, because YouTube does report to you like how long people typically watch your videos, and one of the goals if you want to be successful with YouTube is to try to, you know, have people watch all the way through, like not just a little amount of watch time, like 10 minutes of a 1 hour video or something. You kind of want to do a bit more than that. But that being said, I watch them at night, but then I come back and watch them again later, like when I'm sitting in my studio working, so I can actually pay attention to the second half of the video. So I might kind of watch the first half and then the second half later. Okay, so we have 2 things left. Now, I think what I want to do with these, so this one, simply, I love the page. I'm just going to make it a journal page that's ready to go in Ye Old Grunge box here. So I'm just going to spray it with some coffee. Then I want to maybe add a little, sorry for all the arms everywhere, a little Distress Oxide. And we're just going to do this, maybe brush it on. I want to get that print of the box and maybe some of the little square shapes a bit here and there. Okay. And I'll take a bit of water. I just want to kind of soak the page a bit. And then I'll flip it back over here. I'm going to lie it down. And then I'm just going to let it dry on its own for a bit while we work on the very last page, which is this. I just need to grab one little supply. I will be right back. Okay, so I just grabbed these paper dolls. These are of my son, actually. I made little mushroom people with some pictures of my kids. And so I thought I would use one of these with this. And see if I can just pull this off. This is actually the original that I made the digital with. So these are real little paintings that I did. The mushroom head with a photograph of my son. Let's see if I can separate this backing here. Okay, on the most part, yes. There we go. So I think I'll make this little mushroom kid right here part of this mushroom scene. Get this glued down. Oh, my very clogged glue bottle. Okay. Right there. And I think with this one, I'm actually just going to kind of keep it a little simple. Do I want to do maybe a pocket, like a free-form? So this could be a really cute little free-form pocket, I think. In a journal where you want to use up the majority of the page. I'll come up and over, and then I will trim a little bit so it's not as thick. Or as wide, rather. There we go. Yeah, so that'll just be a cute little pocket with my cutie. Alrighty. So I actually already have all of the stitching done. So usually I have this kind of scenario at the end where I'm like, oh, I'll be right back. I have to do my stitching and I'll show you everything. But I got it all done because I had to take a couple little breaks. So let's take a look at everything that we finished. And I feel like it should be a lot today. I don't know. It just feels that way. So mushroom pocket is 1. This tag all stitched around is 2. Our tip out here is 3. It's also been stitched around. This could be either a journal card or a pocket. That's 4. 5 is our crow pocket, which I've stitched all around with the button there. 6 is the fish mosaic. The unknown, not the known, 'tis clear, is always cause of greatest fear. And then the wedding birds, I've lost count. Oh my goodness. Let me just show them to you and then I'll count again. Ugh. And then this pocketed folio that's ready to go into a journal. Then this tag, this journal card, and then this journal card. I got those all sewn up too. So this might be a lot of stuff for Tuesday 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's the same as I usually create. It just felt like it took a while because it just feels like more complex ephemera. I don't know. But anyways, thank you for hanging out with me. If you've been here this whole time, thank you. I'm sure you can now go and have a nap and take a little like my voice break, and I will talk to you again hopefully next Tuesday. Take care. Bye for now. Hey, P.S. we still have this. So I decided I just want to dry this piece, and it's actually going to be ephemera. But look at the cool colors that it picked up out of the grunge box. So I still recommend having a grunge box where you add all your colors and all your things that you want to spray and all of that. Yeah, so this is my P.S. Don't forget that we did this too. Okay, for real, I'll let you go now. Bye.